So, I suspect we are about to confront Marlene here. Well, we could... I think we save the cauldron itself for last. See what else is over here in the meantime. What is this? Oh. Weird. Don't often just see mutagens lying around. That's a strange one.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Okay. I think there's still... There's this stuff over at the table, right? And I thought I saw something... There's like a chest behind the cauldron. 2 chests behind the cauldron, so ideally we get the chance to do those as well.
Table's set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse. And it's been trying desperately to lift it.
Okay. That much is clear. Again, for that reason, we'd like to try to find a way to lift said curse. Especially because we know that this is not just a plain and simple... I mean, I don't know if whites are always just cursed beings of some variety, or if anything is ever just a pure and simple white and nothing else. But yeah, we'll try to lift the curse if we can. Let's try to do these other things first, though, before we investigate the cauldron.
Real collector. Thoroughbred.
Well, this might not be a huge deal here. Okay. So I believe that is now everything. Let's save one last time here. It's a hard save. Achieved. Now, it's gonna go down.
The cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. I'm afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands.
Oh.
And their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
Here. Don't actually know if we had unlimited time there, but I started to hear some rustling, so I was like, oh man, are we actually timed right now? I swear, if it goes peekaboo. There it is. So I assume this is Marlene. Has spoons strapped to her knees as well. Oh. See us? Try to lift the curse. We're not trying to attack her. Now, I don't know to what extent she can still comprehend human speech and whatnot, but okay, we could see a series of timed things here, so I gotta say, ready to go. I'm trying not to fight her, if possible, but this could get tough if there are other split-second decisions that we need to make, but she might lash out at us.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
Don't know if she still comprehends this or not. Also, no idea what she's looking there.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
Oh, look at that. She even gave us a chair. How sweet. What a host. A charming host.
Just need a bit for Regis.
Okay.
And now we'll tend to you.
Oh, look at that. So sweet. So sweet. The curse. Its exact wording.
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were... none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
We're gonna have to remember the word for word, right? There's gonna be some test later on in which if we get it wrong, we're gonna like accidentally kill her or fight her. If we get it right, we'll maybe succeed in lifting the curse. So, oh, let's see. Oh. Well, this is, at least part of the test right now is, so what, hold on. Now I need to see it again. So it's either we swap spoons, we eat using the spoons, or we eat not using the spoons. Yeah, this is the test. Okay, let's see. Read this again.
Get this right. Words of the curse were...
None shall sit and
shall
dine.
sit and dine
So we're
with
doing
you
that
at
now.
table. No spoon you have shall say to you.
No spoon you
never
have
again
shall
you
say
wish
to you.
to spy your reflection in the mirror.
So if we swap spoons, then it's not, I mean, in some ways you could say it's not her spoon anymore, it's our spoon. So maybe our spoon can sate her. Let's eat using the spoons, but no spoon will sate her. So it's like this is what the curse said would not work. And this is just not relevant. So I would think it's the first one. But my primary question is more so, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to do the opposite of what the curse says? Because, like, if we eat using the spoons, that's just trying to do exactly what the curse says. If we swap spoons, then that's sort of like the clever way of working around the curse. And then if we eat not using the spoons, that just doesn't seem like that's... maybe a loophole, but... Okay, so, I guess, let me open by saying, how open are we to reloading a save if we mess this up? Is this something that we feel like if we mess up, we are willing to try again? Or is this something that we feel like if we mess up, it's terrible and, or other way around? Or is this something that we feel like if we mess up, we'll live with the consequences and just carry on? You think it's okay to reload? Okay. So in that case, I think, why don't I just give it my best shot here, and if we just absolutely hate it, then we have that option to reload. So, yeah, again, my question is, let's just listen to it one more time.
Need to get this right.
Because we are sitting at the table.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table.
We're doing the opposite of what that says. No spoon you have shall say to you. So I'm focusing on the word you there. No spoon you have shall say to you. And that's why I'm thinking we swap spoons so that we are not using her spoon. We are using, or she is dining from our spoon. Again, it's technicality, because it's like, well, I mean, technically we're eating at her house, so, like, is it really our spoon to begin with when it belongs to her? Technically not, but that's why I'm leaning toward this first one. So I think we give this a shot, and fingers crossed. But like I said, this one is like, this is just basically ignoring the curse and just saying, like, okay, we'll just eat. Even though the curse says this doesn't work. So I don't know if we're just supposed to, like, fly in the face of... I don't think that's what you do. And then eating without the spoons is like... Well, I mean, I was maybe a little quick to throw this one out. Because, I mean, if no spoon shall say to you, then just don't use spoons, and then you're fine. I mean, I guess both of these are sort of like a means to the same end, sort of. This one is, again, focusing on the word you, and making it so that she's eating from our spoon. This one is just, forget about the spoons, you'll sate yourself by eating without spoons. But that feels like, it feels strange. That feels like, the spoons are just all, the spoons are a lie, you know? Which feels like, I mean, maybe, but that seems strange. That just seems like it wouldn't be the answer. I don't know. My gut is to say swap spoons. So let's try it.
Been searching for the right spoon for years. creatures, right? But curses can be tricky. The key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped.
Exactly. Maybe? Are you really gonna eat that, Geralt? Yeah, that's probably atrocious. We don't know what it is, but when he's eating it like a trooper.
Right. I missed something? Listen.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Stand up.
Okay.
Slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight. I'll be right back.
No, she doesn't like it.
Calm down.
This is where we fight, and things go horribly wrong. Maybe?
Damn it. Didn't work. Eat that vile stuff for nothing. Got the brew for Regis at least. Can't do anything for the wipe though. Except cut it down.
Yeah. Yeah, so Geralt is saying in this case, all we can do is fight her. It's definitely not what I want to do. So in this case, I think we do go for the reload. And, yeah, so what... Okay, well, we'll throw a punch while we're at it as well. So what have we learned from that? We learned that... Yeah, so... Oopsie. So we learned that the whole phrasing of the whole "your spoon" turns out wasn't the key thing in question. Ooh, not the bottom. So I assume just our most recent manual save is probably the answer. This will be like right before we investigate the soup, and therefore, you know, we'll still have to hop back in. I think we'll still need to hide in the cupboard. But, and we'll have the quick... Oh, what? Did I just accidentally save over it? Did I just accidentally manually save over it? I think this was about the same time, though. Let's try doing this. I mean, this is a checkpoint, not a hard save. But the timing-wise, it looks almost identical.
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get
And hide in here. Okay, so, yeah, this is exactly what we're looking for anyway. I did... Oops. Fortunately, there was an autosave right at the time we were looking for. Okay, so we're gonna have that thing where we need to react quickly. We know what the answer we want is. And worst comes to worst, it takes us 3 chances, right? We get it wrong again. Okay, and it should happen soon. He spots us, and then we have to choose, do we fight her? Do we try to lift the curse? Right here, question mark? We have the little, like, he sort of notices us first, right? This. Then we retreat, and now we need to decide. So we try to lift the curse. And I did like how she is very hospitable, you know? It's like, here, come closer. I've got this soup. You'll love it, I'm sure. It's good stuff. Also, this camera angle, this whole, like, cinematic feel, it just feels very different from the usual cutscene type thing.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words.
And so, like, we could potentially skip this.
I know how to lift it.
Probably can. This is actually a fairly long cutscene, so I don't know if that's worth doing. Although, like I said, I do like it. It is pretty cool. And do we have any indication of what is actually in this stew? Because, yeah, like I was saying, it's pretty bad. I have to imagine.
Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
See, here's the thing. Geralt is willingly sitting at the table because the curse said nobody will dine with you. Does that mean she eats from the spoons? Just like the curse says, no spoon will sate you? But I feel like she has to have tried that a bazillion times. Right? Let's look at the wording one more time.
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table.
So we're doing exactly the opposite of the
No one
first.
shall say to you, never
So we could
again
do exactly
shall
the
you
opposite of the
spy your
second.
reflection in the mirror.
And just have you eat using the spoons. It just feels like the no brain answer, where it's like, oh, eat. I mean, I feel like I am at this point, because I just don't understand how I'm supposed to interact with the curse. Am I supposed to try to work around it by swapping spoons? Apparently not. Am I supposed to do exactly what the curse says isn't going to work by using the spoons? Because that's what we're doing by sitting at the table. We're doing exactly the opposite of what the curse says. Or do we just say, ignore the spoons, let's just eat without them? Which is kind of similar to the whole swapping spoons strategy. So I feel like if this didn't work, then maybe this doesn't work. This one seems silly to begin with, but now given how my first inclination was wrong, I feel like maybe it is this. But, worst comes to worst, we'll just see what all the possible outcomes are. We'll just see. It was interesting. I liked the whole, Carol tosses the spoon over at her, and she tosses one back, and they were into it. But, it gave me some hope for a second there. I was like, oh, surely they wouldn't be this enthusiastic about all this stuff if this wasn't the right answer. But, okay, well, I'm prepared to fail again, but, sure, we'll eat using the spoons. Even though I'm sure you have tried this thousands of times before. And presumably it did not work those thousands of times before, so why would it work this time? Well, because you have a guest voluntarily sitting at your table. Yeah, I didn't really think it was right.
Gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house.
Alright,
again.
I'm gonna skip
Sit
this
tight,
part
I'll be right
then.
back.
Because we know this. So, yeah. Now, third time's the charm. It's this one. Yeah, so I guess it's like, I focused on my inclination, or my general idea with the first one was right. And that
Cauldron's empty.
you want to
unfortunately.
circumvent the
I
curse.
just need some brew.
But I focused on doing that by focusing on the word you, where no spoon you have shall say to you, whereas it's more so no spoon, period, shall say to you. If it didn't have the word you, it would be much more straightforward that is, well, the approach you should take. Okay, now, can I skip this as well? Yeah, let's do this. Try to lift the curse. I'm going to skip through all the cutscenes here, because of course we've seen them numerous times now. Yeah, so the thing is,
Need to get this right.
no spoon,
Words of the curse
you.
were,
You have.
none shall sit and dine with you at your table.
You have
No
shall say
spoon
to you.
have shall
So my
say
question
to
was,
you.
okay, by swapping spoons, does that mean that
To spy your
it's
reflection
no
in the
longer
mirror.
your spoon, so therefore it works? Oh no, no spoons. Just forget the spoons.
We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon.
I love this too.
Without spoons.
No spoons allowed. Yeah, I like seeing all the potential outcomes at the very least. I mean, also, she was drinking directly from the cauldron,
Open your
for the record.
eyes. You
She
need
was
to
drinking
see
directly
the
from the cauldron
letters.
before we talked to her. Oh. Something's happening. Geralt is, not feeling it. Okay, but now follow the light. Okay.
Quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Are you here? I mean, I imagine we were gonna have the whole Senti thing to follow, but the circle is over in the other direction. Can we go through this locked door now? We did pick up a key a while back, so I kind of thought that was going to eventually let us through there, but apparently not. Where did she go? Because usually we get the whole, like, scent trail thing. Here it is. Here's the scent trail. Still further? Outside? Upstairs? Oh, is there an upstairs? No, it's just a pile of blocks. For a second, I thought that was the way upstairs. Like, oh, we did not check that out. He ran quite the distance. Oh, what is that little spot over there? I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, those are just bar guests. So that's a different story. Could you please come to the other side where we can poke you with our sword?
Like that silver.
Okay. I imagine we'll probably have more of those bar guests along the way. We did fight several while we were just exploring around here, but they may have come... Yeah, they may have come back, or might be going further than we went previously in some instances. Or this guy's just gonna chill on the other side of the wall and not engage. I mean, we'll wait till we get our stamina back. But also, we can't jump when we're in combat. So, like, oh, no, you're actually on the same side of the wall as us. I did not realize that. Okay. You're just chilling. Doing nothing. Sure. We'll take you out then. I think I might see her in the distance there. At least there's some glowy stuff over there. Makes me highly suspicious. What is... Yes, that is her.
Shh, easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
Harold's looking fine now. Do we know how long ago this happened to her?
I'll take you someplace safe.
Like, she looks old now, but is that just because this whole process aged her considerably, or did this just happen a long time ago?
So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I
Oh,
found her.
there's our answer.
Whatever brought this about?
He was cursed. Yeah,
Told me her story on the way here.
apparently.
Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Did some thinking. Did some trial and error. Then we figured it out.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony.
This is Gaunter's music.
Marlena had spent decades.
This is
looking
Gaunter's
for a way
theme.
to lift it.
Good call.
Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind.
You can say that again.
Besides, when you're a white, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Okay.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Can we talk to her? My other question also, which room is she in right now? Here.
Tasty. So wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. I think it's a good thing that we ultimately did find a way to rescue her. While we're here at home, is there anything that we feel the need to do? I think we did have some swords that we wanted to put on one of these sword racks somewhere, wherever we have a spare. And then we did have, yep, here. Hjalmar's sword. Oh, we can put up... I mean, if this is... I'd like to have Hjalmar's sword with Croc's sword. Not that one. Not Winter Blade, yeah. We do this. This will be our little Skellige corner here. So we put on the weapon rack. No, not Hjalmar's. I want Hjalmar's sword and his dad's sword there. And then we have any Skellige themed paintings. That would be great. I'm not sure if we do. Here, Spice Merchant, ship leaving harbor. I mean, maybe. Might be the closest thing. Don't know where the Battle of Angiari was. Or do I know where that is? I think we go with the harbor. That looks Skellige-ish. Or at least thematically is somewhat consistent. Do we have other, we didn't put any swords on this dude. Oh, we did. What? Girls for Rivia's sword? When did we get that? Was that from the... Oh, that was from the tournament, right? Was it? Got a lot of stuff from the tournament. We have more armor stands? We have several more armor stands. Wow. So I don't really think any of those armors are ones we'd like to put there. But... yeah, we definitely do still have more painting spots. So we could make an effort to do that. I'm just... right now, I'm trying to focus on the swords and or armors, because I thought we had some that we were hanging on to that we were thinking we'd want to put here. What is this one? Oh, that's Griffin. Okay. Well, isn't that's Ciri's name, right? Ziriel? We could potentially do a Ciri-themed one. We did not use the ornate robe, or do we have two of those? We might have had two of those. This might be an interesting one to put on. Did we get it? I think we picked it up. And then we gave Ciri her sword, so we don't have maybe the most fitting of swords to put there. Not sure if we have I mean, these are all Witcher swords. Really sure we have a great option for that? Unless we go with this new sword that we picked up recently. And we'll put it on somewhere. Put it here. See what it looks like with the Toussaint guard stuff and night. I mean, sure. How's this look? That actually doesn't look bad. I mean, maybe, you know, ideally you'd have something else that's blue to go with it, but that's a little tough to do. Also, maybe the blue... Do you see the blue next to the red backdrop of the curtain? Is just blah. Blah. Why would you... Oh. Clearly, the correct place to put this would be here. Much better. Much better. Yeah, we could throw down painting, what, up here? Yeah. Let's see. So, I do like the shields. I feel like the shields could be interesting. That might even be a good thing to pair with... Do we have a spot over here? That's not something we can change. Nothing here. We have that painting over there. Is this our last painting spot? No, we definitely have some upstairs. Let's maybe put our more Geralt of Rivia specific ones up. Well, but that's our guest room. That's not really our personal room. How's that look? Lighting is a little meh. Just double check here. Yeah, we did already put one up here. The Beauclair one. Palace. I think it's probably fitting. It's a neutral one that I think it was understandable to put in a guest room. Have any painting spots in our own room? Because if so, then okay, yeah, this I'd say this probably is actually be the best place to put the Geralt of Rivia shield, because this is our room. So we should have our stuff. Maybe even the Geralt sword if we have a sword spot there, although I don't remember if we do. So this one, let's put the Elven shield instead, maybe. Yeah. Let's go with that. Then trophy spot. That's not a sword spot. Yeah, so we might not have room for swords in here. Unless, like, over... Oh, we have another painting spot, actually. Yeah. What would we like our second one to be in our room? Old Fort... White Orchard, maybe? To remind us of the good old days? Back at the beginning of Witcher 1? Or Witcher 3? Not Witcher 1, although... Might be some things that are even Witcher 1. Oh, White Wolf. Yeah, we should do that. We should definitely do that. I feel like that fits well. The dimensions of the table as well. We're light on the trophies. I don't think there's... Yeah, we don't have anything we can put there at the moment. While we're here, though, we should take a quick snooze. Get buffed up. And by quick snooze, I mean the quickest of snoozes. Okay. So I think, you know, we could potentially still do some optimization over here. Like, do we have... Let me just make sure. Inventory-wise, our remaining items, are they just things we're going to sell, or is there anything that we feel like we were saving specifically for the purpose of putting them on one of those weapon stands or armor stands? Don't really think there is, other than we should probably deposit the Viper Venomous Sword, because we now have Erendite, which is basically just, I think, going to end up being our silver sword forever at this point. Maybe we stash this, because it did look cool. It's obviously not a Witcher sword, but it seemed like it was quite powerful. And just kind of fun one to have, potentially. Everything else, I think, is going to probably just get sold next time we make it to an armor or weaponsmith. Okay. So, as for now, we are supposed to report back to Regis, which I think we do. Even now, I think that's sort of, you know, the way to close the book on this section of the main quest. So I think we head straight over there. The present we got? Oh, do you mean you meant the painting of Geralt? The one that we put up there after all? I feel like that was... I think it's a good match to put that there, put the Geralt shield, and if we had a weapon spot, we could put the Geralt of Rivia's sword, and just make it all Geralt themed for the Geralt room, because otherwise, that'd be kind of weird if we were all, like, putting the Geralt of Rivia stuff in the guest room. Centipede painting? Okay, cool. So, as in the centipede painting that also had Geralt in it. Okay, let's check back in on Regis. And are there always going to be baddies around here? Or was that just a first time thing or a it's nighttime type thing? And also, can we actually go through the store this time? We can. Okay. Thank you, Regis. Leaving the door unlocked for us. You just wanted to make life difficult the first time, I see. Anything else over here, though? What is this? A giant among men, conveyor of deep thoughts. Okay. Hello? Regis, where you go? Arcadius Borovic lived to a ripe old age. In fact, he lived so long, he died of boredom. Oh. Maybe he's not down here after all. Here's the way we came in previously, right? Through the back way. I don't think he's actually in here. Or at least if he is, he's... There he is, okay.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue.
Says the vampire.
It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Does that mean you're spying on us, Regis? Nah. I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but he's a friend. He's a friend. It's okay, you know, boundaries. True. True. But I don't think we're trying to pick any fights with Regis.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it.
Was there garlic here as well?
As they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
Yeah, some mysterious, difficult ingredient to get?
You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid.
Oh?
While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state.
Oh.
As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Oh. I mean, I think we know for who, but sure, for who?
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
What's up, Kippy?
But I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Yeah, you should definitely tell us more about this before we do it. Otherwise, both of us stand to potentially be very hurt from this. So, yeah, I mean, sure, we can ask how you plan to induce this state, but I feel like we're glossing over some of the most important details here.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Okay. That seems a little strange that would, in some ways, that seems strange that would be enough to trigger you because, I mean, sure, you're talking about how you try to avoid this whole bloodlusty thing, but, I mean, you're friends with a witcher. Fighting monsters is kind of our job, so we get ourselves into some pretty bloody situations fairly often. So you'd think that if Regis is just kind of, you know, hanging out with us, that kind of thing might happen every now and again, regardless of whether or not it was planned. But anyways, this place. Tell us more.
Tesham Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago,
Maybe some of it has to do with this
shortly
location
after we
too.
arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village.
Oh.
This brought trouble on the entire species.
Yeah, you don't say.
Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesham Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Oh. Great. So yeah, we're just gonna torture you. No big deal. Sure, let's go.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesham Mutna. Take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Yes. Oh?
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt, but you must remain calm. I have no choice.
And we should probably go, like, now?
As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesham Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting
Yeah.
to scare me.
That you are.